You had a chance to read it now, and at this point, how are you feeling about what the mayor's charged with?
I feel pretty good. I mean, look, he's entitled to his day in court, but I've looked at the charges, which I spent all day I didn't even have a charging document until now, hours and hours after the announcement this morning. But I have looked at the charging documents. It's confirmed what I thought, and it's my belief that at trial, the mayor will have an excellent chance of being found not guilty. I think he'll be exonerated. But that's up to a jury to decide. And my job right now is to spend the time to prepare the case for trial, do the legwork that has to be done, and then go into a courtroom and cross-examine the state's witnesses, present our case, and see what a jury does. It's just based on my experience, I think that prosecution's got a real tough case here, but we'll let a jury decide that.
Of course, a lot of this stems from what the mayor said on the stand during the whistleblower trial. And you essentially categorized what was said there as being ambiguous and vague. That is, the questions asked by counsel and the answers that came back from Mr. Kilpatrick and quite possibly Ms. Beatty, but I guess that's not your case. Still, I was in that trial, and it sounded pretty clear to me when you ask a question and the answer is either no or yes. Isn't that the kind of clarity the prosecutor needs?
I don't think that's the case here. In fact, I just looked at the charge. I just got the charging document about 15 minutes ago. I expected for them to lay out the exact question that was asked, an exact answer given, so we can compare and see how vague and indefinite the question. They didn't do that. If you look at that indictment right now, they simply summarize and paraphrase a series of questions and allege that they were false. And so one of the battles we're going to have here is that we're going to need to pin down the state on exactly what questions they contend the answers were given that are false. Because if you look at this indictment, at the complaint right now, I can't tell the precise question and answer that they're contending was asked and was false. And we're going to have to pin that down because I've read over this transcript. Many times when the mayor was giving answers, he was being asked to give his opinion. There's times that there's questions that were asked, for example, about certain time periods. There's certain terms that were used like romantic. I don't know whether everyone in the world has the same definition of the word romantic. I don't think they do, okay? Which is why, that's why under the law of perjury, there has to be a very precise question asked, a very specific answer given that can clearly be proven to be false, and I don't think that's the case.
We had a president who said, I didn't have sex with that woman, but I'm not going to...
I'm not saying that here. I'm just saying that when you charge perjury, you've got to have a very, very unambiguous, precise question and an answer that is clearly false. I don't think that's present here.
Dan Webb, feeling very confident at this point. He now knows some of the details and the charges, and he has a team, good team, and so he's essentially ready for the battle. Reporting live downtown in the Mayor's Conference Room, Bill Proctor, Channel 7 Action News.
All right.